Alright, race fans, here we go. We got another one here for you this week, and it's a good one. Qualifying's on the way here. Got this Top Hat Comics Gran Turismo style racing going on, stick shifter racing that is. Go check them out. Top Hat Comics on Facebook. Qualifying's happening. Got a few machines out here tonight. Now, a little change this week. You see, we can see the drivers' names on the ticker. I still got my little cheat sheet over here though, kind of help us out a little bit. Appreciate everybody tuning in. See what we got right now. Top spot looks like old Brett Hersley. He looking strong. The Brett's in the Candy Factory machine, and hey, it's in their name, Candy Factory. If you want some candy, there you go. I mean, good stuff. Matter of fact, that's who we're looking at right now. Now this is more the traditional style road race here. Last week we had a track. It was more kind of a NASCAR style setup. This one's gonna be more your traditional, you know, you got your S turn there, up and down elevations. So gonna have to be a little bit more, you know. Hey, you're gonna see the little room thing pop up every once in a while, but that's okay. Gonna see what Chase is doing. Chase is out here wiggling back and forth in the donut machine. That's Red Donuts, by the way. If you're in Lexington, North Carolina, you like donuts, definitely check out Red Donuts. I don't know what Chase is doing right now. Chase is kind of cleaning his tires off. He's in last place though. I'm not accepting the party chat, by the way. We'll see what Chase ends up with here. Let's go to Hillbilly. Hillbilly's in the 2nd and Main. They are a bar, by the way. If you're in the Lexington, North Carolina area, check out 2nd and Main. He's looking strong right now. Got that black machine out there looking good. Qualifying 8 so far. Jeremy Floyd. Oh, Floyd. I like that last name, Floyd. He's in the Bull City Cider Works. So, all these, and by the way, these are actually real businesses. If you're in Lexington, North Carolina area, check them out. Go on Facebook, go on, you know, look them up. Bull City Cider Works. Jeremy Floyd right now looking good. He's in his Lambo. So we got who we got? Jay McCormick. See what car he's in. He's in the Top Hat Comics car. We just talked about that. There we go. Heck yeah. Like a Mercedes. He's big time in it. Top Hat's Comics machine. In the 6th place. Well, place got Floyd back up. Iceman out here tonight. I mean, that's Andy Eads. He's in the Abominable Snowman, but it's actually Todd's Tire Service there. But he's going to be in the Abominable Snowman machine. Looking strong. There's Jeff. He's in his Mustang out here. Old Jeff Miller. He's in the Perfect Blend Coffee. If you're in the area and you love some good coffee, check out the Perfect Blend. There's Cliffy Thompson. Sitting in 4th place spot. He's in the LSX salvage machine. Actually, it's not going to be Cliff. He's got a substitute driver. Cliff couldn't make it tonight, but he's got a substitute driver, so we'll keep that in the back of our mind here. See how well he does. He's sitting in 4th right now. Oh, falls back to 5th. Nathan Briggs, 3rd place so far. He's in the Goose and Monkey. It's a brew house. They brew their own beer and stuff there, so that's kind of cool. I think qualifying's coming to a close, and Chase with the Red Donuts going to put it on top. So here we go. We're going to grid them up. Be a good one. Show you the results right there. Chase, Brad Hensley, Nathan Briggs, Iceman, Jeremy Floyd. We got Cliffy Thompson, Jeb Miller. We got McCormick. Then set the grid of these boys up tonight. And yes, we're on the console. I know a lot of the folks out there usually watch the channel. Y'all are used to seeing the iRacing side of things that I do a lot of, but this is actually Gran Turismo, the PS4, PS5, PlayStation. We'll just say PlayStation because there's so many different ones. Play the PlayStation side. But if you're looking for a good league and you like Gran Turismo, definitely check these guys out, man, because hit my spectator here for us. Got a green flag, we're racing. All right, out front right now, Chase Pierce taking it. The red donut machine. They'll head off into the turn. Like I say, more traditional style road race here tonight where, you know, road racing you have to be, it's kind of a gentleman style sport. You do more of racing the track, racing your car, more so than you do a lot of the guys around you. You know, last week, more traditional style NASCAR. Yeah, they got fanned out a little bit. You'll see a little bit of battling here, but tire wear will become a factor here. Who burns the tires off? Then you see they're getting off the sides. It's side-by-side battle here, though. That's Briggs and Hensley. I want to wreck. That'd be a bad thing to do right there. Looks like Briggs able to take that second place spot. Brett falls back to third to go through the little short S's. That's a tight S turn. McCormick sitting back here in the fourth place spot. He's kind of a little breathing room by himself with Miller back in fifth. Thompson, he's hanging on there in the sixth place. He's traveling right behind Miller right now if he can't close in. And like I say, you know, early on, you're going to be right here on top of a lot of guys. You're going to get spread out. Like I say, it's more traditional style road race. A little bump there in the turn. Oh, hang on to it. You can do that in these little GT3 cars. Sometimes you get a little bit of bumping. Harm, no foul. Looks like Thompson takes that spot away. Miller falls back to sixth. Patience can be a key here. The problem is you don't want to fall too far behind. Yeah, the thing about road racing is you don't have a caution to rely on. Yes, we will have a stage caution, but other than that, you don't have a real caution. If you fall back, you don't have really anything to kind of like go, man, what you know, I got to strategize with. Unlike NASCAR, you can kind of maybe hope for a caution. Nah, you know, we're not hoping for one here. Floyd back here, racing his own race, looking smooth. Good looking car. Chase Pierce got him on lockdown right now out front. Got that red donut machine looking good. Got a pretty good lead, 3.8 seconds over Nathan Briggs, who has got Brett right behind him still. Briggs is not out of the breathing area yet. Looks to the inside. He thought about taking that inside dive. Not in too many passing zones here. It's just kind of elevated. It's just, you know, from the look of the track, you can see the track map there. You wouldn't think this would be a technical style track, but once you get on here, it actually has some pretty good technical tendencies about it. Let's say it that way. Well, that's a good word. That's a big word there. Because you've got some elevation changes to it. You've got a little S's here. And that's what you kind of, you know, key. Unlike, let's say, like a Watkins Glen. A Watkins Glen's more of a momentum style road racing track as opposed to, let's say, like the Nürburgring sprint track or Nürburgring, that matter. Those tracks are very technical. You got a lot of change in elevations, a lot of downshift, upshifts to them. Looking good. Brett had a good time that time. He still is 2 seconds off the leader. Man in front, Briggs. At that Goose and Monkey, the Brewhouse machine. There in second. Brett Hensley got the Candy Factory. Back here, LSX Salvage. Cliff, he's just running his own race. Now, this is kind of what you do in a road race. You just get out here. If you get, a little bit marred back, he's 8 seconds back, unfortunately. You get out here and you count, well, he's 6 seconds back from the Briggs, 8 seconds back from the leader. Or he's up a little bit. You get back here and you kind of ride your own race. At this point, you don't want to, overdo it. You don't want to tear the tires up. Pit strategy can come into play. Now, let's talk a little strategy here for a second, because it's going to be interesting. The stage caution is lap 21, but at the end of lap 21, they're going to come on pit road. Once they come on pit road, you can either pit. Hey, what's up, Ronnie, man? Ronnie Miller. When I get to racing, I'll get the Death Wish coffee to sponsor. Oh, okay, I got you, Ronnie. I hear you, man. Well, hey, one thing, it'll either kill you or make you fast. How's that? But what's going to happen at that lap 21 is you're either going to make a pit stop or you're not. So here's where the strategy can play in just a little bit for these guys. You either got to say, look, I want to stay out the entire time, try to get those bonus points, then pit, and hopefully I make it out of pits and keep my position, and I'm not in a hole. Or you come in, you don't pit, you pit before the lap 21, maybe do a little bit of strategy on that instance, and then come in and try it that way and come back out. So it kind of a little bit of strategy. We'll have to see what plays out here. Oh, Jeff right there, Miller hanging on in the 5th place spot with a perfect blend. Was just talking about coffee out there, man. Ronnie Walker, he said he wants the Death Wish coffee. I've never heard of that, by the way. I don't even know, is that a real thing, Ronnie? A perfect blend coffee is what old Jeff Miller's running here. He's in the 5th place spot. And again, I gotta appreciate all the sponsors here tonight, and all the sponsors sponsoring the series here for Stick Shifter Racing, Top Hat Comics. Got all the sponsors stepping up. We'll definitely be talking about them throughout the entire race. All these cars have them out there displayed. You can see they're rotating their logos as we go. They're on the screen. So definitely check them out, man, on Facebook. Check them out on the web. And if you're in Lexington, North Carolina area, I obviously go definitely check them out in person. I know they definitely appreciate that. Because, we're here. It's a little bit different. Like I say, if you're new to the channel, or if you... I got a lot of people that have been here before. Yes, we're on the console side of things with Gran Turismo here for the PlayStation. So if you're an avid Gran Turismo 7 player looking for a good league, definitely check out Top Hat Comics, Stick Shifter Racing on Facebook to get you all the info you need, everything up to date, all the races we're going to have every Thursday. Oh, gearing up, going to be a good one. Old Floyd's moved up a couple spots there. Remember, he was in the back. Might have had a couple pit stops already. Hey, what's up, Corey? On the console side of things, Corey. That's right. Hey, there you go. If you got Gran Turismo 7, join in, man. Hey. Like I said, go to stickshifterracing.com. Oh, actually, it's Stick Shifter Racing on Facebook. Go to tophatcomics.com. Or you can look up Top Hat Comics on Facebook. Either way. Got the Iceman right now. That's Andy Eads. He's in he shows the Abominable Snowman, but it's actually Todd's Tire Service. Good old Hillbilly back here. Hillbilly did a pretty good race last week in that second main bar machine he's got. Good looking run. Right on board with. Yeah, he's the one that's got the weird off-centered. He's got the Australian style car going on here. That's kind of unique. I've never seen a GT3 car be on that side of the steering wheel side, on the right side. Most of the time, that's kind of your V8 supercar type of in-car view. ran off the track a little bit. Went through those S's. A little trouble right there. Me and Rob here was just talking. Rob's the man. He's the main man here at Top Hat Comics, by the way. Got to talk with him last week. We were just talking about it. This is actually a BRZ Subaru. If you've ever played, let's say, Forza or any of them other ones, you know what that is. But Subaru, they sell them over here in America, but for some reason that car is set up as an Australian, like the V8 supercars. But Hillbilly right now, 9th place spot. Oh, Chase Pierce around, the leader. Oh, he just got a little bit shy, lost the lead to Brett. Oh, man, he's eating too many donuts. Somebody take him away from him. He got excited. Chase Pierce, and just like that, you get too complacent out front. You can make one little slip, and now he's out there messing up again. Well, I tell you. Uh-oh. Trouble. Oh, now he's having a lot of trouble. He's in the wall. That is not what he wanted to see. He goes from the big-time lead to all the way fourth. So trouble for Chase Pierce. Put it on pole tonight. Not quite sure. He must be having some mechanical issues or just that car's ill handling. He's got damage to it. Probably the tires are all dirty. Wow. Maybe just didn't practice, because Chase, he's an avid iRacer. And going from iRacing to this, it is a different world. Man, from a big lead all the way back in a hole in fourth place. Still having trouble. Miller coming up right here behind him. Uh-oh. McCormick got off the track just a little bit. He's back in 6th, so a little bit of action already. Getting into this one. We're looking for our... Uh-oh, McCormick, he goes off track again. And Chase is just not having... Well, Chase right now is just not having the race he wants. From the lead all the way to 6th. Done spun like 2 or 3 times. And spun again. Wow. What out, Floyd? Donuts on the track. Man. Well, at least Chase is making it exciting for us. I don't know what in the world has happened. But he is he's going to end up going... Now he's out there side by side. Overdriving the turns. I talk about that on road racing a lot. How you can overdrive the turns. You got to hit those apexes. You got to hit the gears right. You got to get on the brake. Well, they say slow in, fast out. That's one of the mantras here for some road racing. You overdrive the car, boom. He might have a little damage. See him right there. That's a little bit. Yeah, he's right now driving a little aggressive, and if you're having that much trouble, I might have to say on Chase's part here, man, he's just going to bring it on pit road because his tires are probably cooked at this point. Unfortunate. I mean, that car, man, good looking car, by the way. Pit stop, put 4 tires of fuel. Hillbilly back here in 9th. Chase is going to fall back. Well, that brings a new leader up here. Old Brett. And the Candy Factory machine, man. Got candy. Coming up, man, put a lap on Hillbilly. But that's what we talk about a lot. You got to be very... Oh, he's on pit road. So maybe they can't make it to lap 20. Well, we're already seeing that. Good looking machine there too. Take 4 tires of fuel. Zip, zip, zip. Got enough time too. He might be all right. Nathan Briggs. Briggs on pit road. So looks like 11 laps is what these guys are doing. Well, if that's true, then they're going to have 2 more stops after the halfway point. Oh, Cliffy. That's supposed to be scheduled pit stops here lap 11. Puts old Miller out front. Now, if you know how to save tires, save a little fuel, Yeah, by the way, he's in a perfect blend coffee machine. You know how to change, kind of be soft on the tires. Just ride on board here with old Jeff as he goes off track a little bit. Good looking smooth in right now. Yeah, just kind of jerked it a little bit right there in that turn. Got to be smooth in, smooth out. He's coming on pit road. Okay. Leader on pit road brings us back here to Brett. Brett might take back over that top spot. He does. Remember, he already made his pit stop. We're looking for the halfway point here. He's looking very smooth coming in through there. One thing you look forward to when you're going into these turns, don't want to yank on the wheel. You want to be very smooth going through the turns. Easy on the brakes, easy on the gas, getting back on it. And Brett's looking pretty darn good right now. Not sawing the wheel a lot. He's looking smooth going through the turns. You can see it right here. You don't see that wheel going back and forth a lot. They give you a good angle. Good view here too, on board riding with him. Brett Hensley, my bad, Hensley. Candy Factory. That's the view I like right there, hood view. Get back to showing you what we look like. Brett's out front, leading the way for us. Everybody's made a pit stop so far. Our man who actually came out here on pole, trouble for him earlier, Chase Pierce, wrecking a couple times, sliding out on the track. What that kind of tells me is, one, he's probably overdriving the car a little bit. He's got more of that aggressive style to him. There's nothing wrong with it, but you have to understand, probably going towards the end of that pit cycle, them tires are going to be eat up, and that car is going to be very ill handling. So you either got to have that fine line. Do you want to be balanced throughout your whole entire run, or do you want to just drive that thing very hard? It looks very smooth right now, but he's on a newer set of tires. We'll have to watch him as the tires kind of wear off as the run goes on. Now he knows what his car will kind of do, how it's going to react. Might be a little bit more careful on this one. McCormick there in the top hat comics machine there in fourth. He's flowing through the turns there, the Mercedes. What you out there doing, Corey? Think about the race so far. What you think about the race, Ronnie? A good one. Appreciate everybody, man, tuning in. It's the likes and shares. Good race so far. Jeff come back out of pits. He's up there in third. Briggs takes over the second place spot there in the old Goose and Monkey Brewhouse machine. Nathan Briggs. Brett's the man out front, the Candy Factory machine. Got that vet rolling. Now, I thought last week with that vet, how it was and the power that thing has, might have done really, really well. He struggled a little bit last week, but doing a lot better on this track. And you would think that maybe some cars like the Ferrari would kind of shine at a track like this. Not quite sure on how the Mustang would fare too well. I haven't really drove it a lot. The Mercedes more of kind of a powerhouse style car. Chasing that Acura machine, he should be having more of a handling style car, but you can sometimes overdrive it. The Supra, definitely a handling style machine out here. Flippy, LSX salvage. You got the Iceman. Looks like a McLaren. The hillbilly thinks they're out there night racing with the headlight. Yeah, I think somebody asked how he could turn the headlights off. I don't think he got, but he made another pit stop. He might be doing the strategy of, look, I don't want to pit during this halfway point. He might be looking to maybe try to take those bonus points. Got a second and main bar machine here. If you're in the, like I say, Lexington area, got second and main. Oh, talked about him and he got off track and he spins. Are you kidding? Mowing the grass. He's helping landscaping out. That's not what we want to see. The man just made a pit stop, got tires and fuel. He comes out here. Boom. I know, Ronnie. Just when you was bragging about him. Wow. Funny. He'll get it back going, though. Puts his back up front. Old Brett here. Hanging on to it. And give a shout out to the guys been over there at the second main. I've never been. I need to go check them out. I need to go check out a lot of these. But Red Donut, yes. Now I live there. Unfortunately, that's a big guy's dream heaven. I should say the Candy Factory too, because that's candy. I like the top hat. I like them all. We are missing one driver out here, Chris Clark. I don't see him. Chris not making it here tonight. He's usually in the U-Haul, Davis Trailer Repair. Nathan, he's got the Goose and Monkey machine. Their brew house, they actually do their own brew in-house. That is kind of cool. Yeah, I learned something. I've lived in Lexington all my life. I've lived in North Carolina, living in this area all my life. I never knew that. That's awesome. That's kind of cool. So definitely go check them out. I'm going to say they're open to the public. I'd have to get with Rob on that. Yeah, I just asked Rob. They are open to the public. So like I say, if you're in the Lexington area, the Goose and Monkey is actually open to the public. That's kind of cool. They do micro brewing. What I don't know what brewing is, but I'm not an expert in that field. Go check them out though. But that is kind of cool. It is open to the public. So I guess that way you can actually taste sample some of the actual brew that they actually do. Right now, Nathan Briggs looking strong there in the second place spot. He's a little bit in the hole though, and that's typical road racing. You're just, if you get yourself behind, catching back up is going to be a tough thing to do. You don't have a caution. We do have the stage caution coming up, but after that, it's just going to be a free-for-all from that point on. I mean, you can see it's a 12-second gap between him and Brett. That's where pit strategies come in. And you can see Miller back here holding up on the third place spot. He's looking good. A lot of these races, you're just going to have to concentrate on points. It has to be kind of a point style race for you. McCormick back into fourth place. Pierce, he's been able to move back up to fifth. But still a long way from where he was. Dominating out front. Coming up here, closing out. The only thing I would actually have to say on that one, Ronnie, is the hot and now. Would be the only thing I'd say that probably could go up against the Red Donut. If you go 2 for 2, I'm going to have to go Red Donut because they make them fresh every day. But when you throw that hot now sign up on Crispy, yeah. Whew. Now, Dunkin' Donut, I like the little donut holes. That's about the only thing I like from Dunkin' Donuts. That's a Northerner style donut, by the way. Case up to fourth, and see, now that's what I'm talking about. Maybe just being a little over aggressive there. And you can see, because trying to make that pass there on Hillbilly, the slower machine, on a road race and a road style You can't drive this thing like a NASCAR. You just got to be like, you got to be patient sometimes. Cliff and him coming around. Hillbilly makes it, lets him go. Cliff moves up. He's in 5th. Ormer back there in the 6th. But yeah, just let you know, Walker, I'll take all 3 of them either way. You know, they're all good. I mean, it's good to have a local donut place like Red Donut to really have as good stuff as they do. And I imagine every state has their own place too. So. All right, lap 21. Right now, Brett's the man out front leading it. Coming up here on our stage caution. They will all go on the pits at the end of lap 21. And unless Brett, man, just blows this lead, or he just goes to sleep on the track or something, he's going to win the first stage here tonight in the Candy Factory machine. Coming around in the turn right now. Watching Brett take the final 2 turns. That's a tricky little turn right there. And he's on pit road, so Brett's going to win. We're under stage right now, stage caution. Stay tuned, folks. I'll line him back up here to get set to go back green. All right, getting set to go back green. All right, green flag. Back. See, everybody, man, clean start so far. Brett takes the top spot. Right behind him. Uh-oh, car off on the field. Bomb old snowman. 3 wide, there goes Jeff around. Whoa. Floyd on the track. Wow. Cliff right there. Cormick. They went 3 wide. I hear you, Ronnie. He got you talked into racing. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, Ronnie. Yeah, we appreciate you tuning in, brother. So far, man, Chase, he's right there in the 3rd place spot. Nathan hanging on the 2nd. Brett still in control of this one out front. A little action on that restart there, man. Got a couple guys in a hole. And unfortunately, trying to get out of that hole is going to be a long one. Jeff got involved with that one. Floyd got involved. 2 of them spun. Saw the Iceman, he spun earlier on. Like Floyd's got a penalty. Yep. Wow, that's a killer. Killer. Floyd. All right, Hillbilly right now back here in the 9th. Chase got up there around Brett. Let's see how long he hold on to him. Remember earlier on he was out front. I just think he's going to cook them tires. I can kind of see the driving style he has, and it's very good for NASCAR. Not so much on a road track, because after a while he's going to cook them tires. Fast out front. There's a couple laps to go. Definitely the play. Look good in the red donut machine. We'll see if we can hold him off. Brett, see at this point, I think Brett just needs to keep him right there. Patient. And go, okay, you got there and use it up just a little bit. You definitely don't want to overdrive. I think they're going to have to make another pit stop before this one's over with, too. Only a 1.5 second lead on road racing is nothing. And what I mean by that, you can see the distance between them. That can be wiped out in one turn, which we saw earlier what happened. Chase out front. Then we got Brett right behind him. Cliff, he's back here in the 3rd. Cliff just being patient, riding his own race. Maybe he needs to do a little pit strategy. Maybe short pit these guys, see if he can't get a little advantage on some tires or something. Closing that gap. Even in a 4-second gap between him and Brett. You know, talk about what it takes to make up time. 4 seconds, that actually can be wiped out in one turn. I really don't think you're kind of safe until you start getting in about the 6, maybe 7 second bracket. Then you can start getting, you know, NASCAR's different. You got a second lead, you got a big lead. Here, now, second lead is not that much. That's one little mishap on a turn, and you're done. Jay's right now out front. Hillbilly's hanging on back here tonight. Kind of got caught up in that mess earlier on. Nothing he could do. Floyd got caught up really bad in that mess on the restart. Got him in a hole. Then he got the Iceman too back here in 7th. And Nathan Briggs just didn't have a good start on that restart. Got marred back here in 6th place spot. Jeff, we saw him. He got a little tangled up there, slid. But he's up in the 5th. So far rolling pretty good in the Perfect Blend coffee machine. Nice looking, actually a Perfect Blend cafe. But they make coffee and stuff. He's trying to chase down McCormick. Come back up front and see if there's any, yeah. Brett's running down Chase, and that's what I was thinking was going to happen. It's just the overdriving of the car, and the tires are going to go away. You can see Brett. He is just very smooth out here tonight. And I can see it by watching on the inside when he's going around these turns. Smooth, calculated, Ain't nothing away from Chase's, man, ability on the track. Just overdriving a little bit. Maybe being a little bit more aggressive on the track. That's going to cost you on a road race. You can see, cooked them tires. Chase right now, man, falling back to second. You got Brett out front. Here comes Cliff. And he's making ground up, old Cliff is. That LSX salvage machine. Watch out for him. That Wild Supra. BRX. That's a good handling car, too. You got that thing set up right. That thing is glued to the track. We can't go on board and show you. Whoa, hang on. As soon as we go on board, he goes off track. Okay. Good looking view too. Whoops. Here, Billy. Back in 8. And Brett's just taking off right now. Setting sail. I think the tires might have got a little worn there on Chase's part. You'll probably see him on pit road here soon. Be interesting to see when they make this last pit stop, though, because we go off of what they did on the first one. I'm not saying that they can't go longer than 11 laps, but they're going to have to go. Well, they went 11 laps. Oh, Jeff right now, he's moved back up to 4th. What would be a good car for this track? Just by my past experience, and again, I haven't drove Gran Turismo 7, so I'm only going off of iRacing and maybe a set of Corsa from driving road race style, which is different characteristics. I'm going to say, from just looking at this track how it is, the Acura looks pretty good. The Vet obviously looks good right now. But I'm going to say the Acura should do pretty good. The Supra should do well. This is it's not a long or a big style road track. You don't have a lot of straights here, so you're not really depending on there's not a lot of momentum turns, like Watkins Glen, for instance. I would say the Vet really would be really well. The Mustang would be really well there. The Mercedes would do really well because you've got a lot of momentum style turns there. You've got straightaways where you can utilize that power. Here you don't have a lot of straightaways from what I'm seeing. Although you don't have a lot of the momentum style turns, kind of like a lot of bank style turns. There's more elevated style turns here, so I'm a little bit more technical. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably that Supra right there, what you can see, he's actually closing in here on Chase. The Acura that Chase is in is a very good car. But let me say this, and I'm going to say it with all due respect because I know Chase is a good driver. Even though it being a very good car, you can overdrive the car. Does that make sense there, Ronnie? And you can have a very, very good handling style car, and you still can be a very aggressive style driver and overdrive it. And that, I think, is what's happening right here with Chase a little bit. Definitely bad fast on the track. Probably could get up there and give Brett a run for his money. Problem is just overdriving just a little bit. As opposed, you see Cliff right here, who is in a very, very good car too for this track, I'm going to say, but is driving a lot more traditional, kind of taking pace through the track, through the turns, etc., etc. Brett's on another level, and I'll give him credit. As far as Vets go, that's not the new Vet. Obviously, it's not the new Mustang out there either. So these are your older style. I think that's what the C8, I believe that is, or C6, C7. I'm not a Chevy fan. Anybody out there in the chat, let me know. Hey, Mustangs, I know what it is. That's I'm all up on those. So is that the ideal handling Vet? No, the newer style Vet would be, in my opinion. But you can see right now Brett's doing an outstanding job with it. That car probably has a lot of power to it. So that's a perfect example. Now, this is a perfect example too, real quick. You know, you were asking me which car would be best. But there again, it's also your driving style comes in. As you can see, like Brett, he might not be in the ideal car for this track, but he is making that thing work for this track. So that too you can see. So his driving's been able to do it. As like we was talking about Chase. Chase is unfortunate there. Now he's chasing him down just a little bit. You can see Cliff. So the two cars I would say right here sitting second, third. Miller in the Mustang. This is not the 5th gen. No, it's not the new 2025. This would be more of your 2024 from 2015 up, basically, Mustang. And, you know, not a bad handling machine as far as, you know, GT3 goes. Still not the overall be-all. I'm surprised nobody has the BMW out here. A BMW actually has a very good GT3 style machine. Although they've changed. BMW used to have a really good one with the Z4 and the M3 that they used to have. Holy cow, those two cars were just awesome. And then you go with a car like this with the Mercedes. The Mercedes is almost like what the Bentley is of GT3. And when the Bentley came out, I don't know if you're familiar with that. The Bentley came out, and those two cars, massive horsepower. They were really hard. Ooh, right there, got a little sideways. McCormick did so. And then you go back to the guys like here with the Ferraris. The Ferraris have always been a good all-around car. I mean, so if you're just kind of looking for something that's all-around stable, got good power, good handling, then the Lambo. Those two cars, tried and true, been on the GT3 circuit for Lord knows how long. So tried and true, man. You know, Ferrari and Lamborghini, and plus, hey, look, you look rich while you're in them too. You see old Floyd right now closing in on the back end here. The top hat. Oh! Overdrove the turn just a little bit, and he went into the sandbox. Wow. Overdrove that turn just a little bit. Then you see Iceman back here. Oh, unfortunately getting in a little trouble. McLaren's not a bad car either. Kind of newer to the scene a little bit. And Hillbilly. Now, Hillbilly is in a... He's in a BRZ, which would actually be a very good one. As old Brett making a pit stop, so is Cliff. Cliff's actually in this. Cliff's in the Super. My bad. I said he's in the Super. That's a newer style Super right there. So I think I said wrong earlier. I thought I said that was a BRZ. Oh, car around the back. Who was that? Oh, Floyd. Man. Not what Floyd needed to see right there. But I need to correct here. Yes, that's a Supra, but it's a BRZ Supra. That's a Supra, but it's a Supra. To me, it looks like the BRZ. I don't know what the darn difference is in them. Whoa! Oh, slow down for Cliff, and he has to get the spot up. That's the thing of racing. Can't get off the track too much, you get that penalty. That's in real road racing. And it hurt him. Was up in third. Now he had to get the spot up. McCormick jumps up to third. Brett comes out of pits. He's there in second. Chase. No, we go, Chase. Overdriving a turn, and there's those tires biting him. Yeah, I'm going to go out and say this right here is going to be interesting, because when Chase pits, he should be able to make it all the way. I got to say, though, here, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say that Chase might actually have the pit strategy. I'm not seeing him come on pit road yet. If he makes a pit stop here, he can go all the way. Or lap 30, 34, 43. Got a 17-second gap. The one thing I'm seeing is when he gets to the end of the run, you see that right there, the car gets so out of shape. That means he is really, really driving that car hard early on. Maybe if he starts getting that fine line and balance between the early and the mid-style runs, it might not start stepping out. It's got him a big lead, though, so far. You can see right there, keeps it up, he ain't going to have a big lead. Yeah, whoo. And this is look here. He had 17-second lead just by that little hiccup right there. How much time that took off. What I was talking about earlier. One turn, one slip. Boom. Do you in. Look at that. 3 seconds. Made up almost 4 seconds just by those little slip-ups. It went from 17 to 12.5. Just like that. That's road racing for you. The Brett just at this point just needs to be smooth and clean. Yep. Chase on pit road. Now here's the thing. I gotta say this right here is probably the pit stop of the race. As much as I'm gonna say he's over driving that car and how it's getting out of shape, and as long as he doesn't have a major wreck, I want to say that this right here is probably the pit strategy of the race, because he's got the tires, and those tires should last the rest of this race. I don't know if Brett is far enough ahead to where Chase won't be able to run him down. It will be interesting to see lap time wise. He ran a 37 the lap prior. Let's see what he runs this time. Brett ran a 111. We'll see if Chase can run him down. Oh, he had a good run that time too. 8.9 seconds. As long as Brett doesn't make a slip on the track. The 112.09. Let's see what Chase does. 112.3. But you got to calculate. He came out in and out of the pits a little bit. Ooh. Now the one thing Chase probably could do here that would mess him up, chasing down Brett, is if he overdrives the car, makes a little slip. Now he's chunking into that lead though. He's got it down to 6 seconds. You can see those tires are working for him. He's fast. He's looking strong. He's on the prowl, down to 5 seconds. This is where Brett doesn't need to panic. Need to keep doing what he's doing. Even if Chase catches him, you got to remember Chase is using those tires up to catch him. That's what Brett needs to look at. Still down to 5 seconds. Cliff hanging on back in third. Jeff up in the fourth. On McCormick still holding strong back here in the 5th place spot. And Nathan Briggs, fortunately, got himself in a hole earlier on. He's back in 6th. No Floyd, up and down night for him, but he's hanging in 7th. Iceman back here in the 8th. Here, Billy. Running it back up here in the 9th place spot. It's not been able to get the traction he's wanted all night long. Meanwhile, that man out front still got a 5.4 second lead. Yeah, you see Chase ran a 111.5 to a 114.3. So you can definitely see he's way faster. But how much time is going to start just dropping off? You can see, man, Chase is definitely driving that car. Very aggressive. But he has the right pit strategy. I will give Chase this. He's got that right pit strategy, and I think that strategy might pay off. I honestly think by him pitting as late as he did and going like he did, even with all the trouble he's had tonight, I think the pit strategy here might pay off for him. As long as he doesn't make a mistake on the track, I really feel like Chase might have that pit strategy. He is running down the leader. But he ran at a 109 to a 111. Brett actually picked it up that time. Still sitting right there, about 3-second gap. I mean, Chase is going to catch him for the end of this one. Well, I say he's going to catch him for the end of this one. Also a little time that time. It all depends on when those tires give up. This is the race we're watching. And 2, does Brett have to pit? Can he make it all the way? Yellow flag, no pass. Something happening. Got a car off on the track somewhere. No? I think Nathan, man, had a little slip back there. Cliffy hanging on here in the 3rd place spot. Watching this battle for the lead. And Chase run him down. He'll have a couple more laps to get it done. He's not going to run him down that way. Got to get around old Nathan here too. And that's another thing. You want to catch Nathan in the right spot. Don't want to be over aggressive. Oh yeah. He's using those tires. You see him sliding into the turn. Just an aggressive style race. See Brett right now. You see him and the man out in front of him, Briggs, holding his own. Now at some point, man, Briggs is going to have to just kind of move over a little bit because he is a lap car, and in road racing he is hindering the 2nd place machine. And in road racing, you know, the blue flag that you see, basically they're telling Briggs, hey look, you got a faster car coming up. But that's what the blue flag means. It doesn't mean you have to move. It's just kind of more of a gentleman way of saying, can you please look, I got a faster machine behind me, you know. So at some point, yeah, this is going to hinder Chase just a little bit. See him run a 111 that time to a 112, so you can see Chase, yeah, not as fast as what he was, but he's there. We're going to have 2 laps to go. Now you see Nathan. There you go. Nathan did a good thing right there. Just let him go. Ooh, got a car off on the track. Oh, Floyd. Unfortunately, Floyd, man, it's not the night he wants. Let's go back to this battle for the lead. Chase is there. Make him work for it. How much of those tires did Chase use up? That'll be the question. Can he hang on to it for the next 2 laps? How much tire does Brett have left? Watch this battle. This is going to come down to the wire here. Chase right there with him. See Brett. Brett's got to protect the slipstream. Got to protect that inside lane. Going to try to get the spot on him here. Almost close. I mean, Chase is definitely faster with those newer tires. There's not a lot he can do. Right on board here. Yeah, you can see him close in. Goes on the inside. Little bump. Doesn't have that inside lane that he wants. Still going to give the advantage here to Brett. Little contact. And Brett had that preferred inside lane. We're going to come up here to the white flag next time around. How much tire does Chase have left? Looks like he's got enough. This is a battle to the end. The pit strategy's there. Seen Chase be a little bit more the aggressive side of racing. Brett, though, out front holding on to it. Does not want to give the spot up. And we got the final lap, so this is for all the marbles. Does Chase have enough? He drove it in the inside lane. Drove it in that turn that time. But did he overdrive it? For the final time, I think the pit strategy might be here. You see, Brett takes it on the inside. They bump again. He got the preferred lane. And that's what they wanted. Boom! Into the wall. They crash. Oh, he overdrove the turn and went into the wall. Are you kidding me? Brett stays to the front. Wow. Man. Yeah, the lap car there, Nathan got kind of caught up in that one. But it puts Chase back in third. Or back in second. Man, talk about a battle up front, but Brett, all he's got to do is hang on to this one. Man, a heated battle right there for the lead. Brett's just got a couple more turns to go. Chase still hanging on here to second. Does he have enough to maybe run him back down? Not going to happen. Brett's going to pull this one off in a thriller at the end. Chase comes in second. Cliff right there, man, in third. They were trading some paint out there. That was an awesome race, man. I got to give it hats off to it. Wow. Man. We'll get a word in with Brett. All right, we're going to get a word here with Brett, man, on the wild finish, man, there to the end. I mean, it was just, you had a little later pit strategy. Looked like Chase had the right pit strategy, newer tires. He was coming real aggressive. I mean, just a wild race there at the end.
I tried to lean my fuel out, basically, minimize the amount of pit stops I had. Mediums the whole time, but yeah, towards the end there, I was losing a lot of traction there. Tire wear was really getting at that end lap. I was low on gas, low on tire wear, and I was giving her all I could. So yeah, it was a tough race. Chase is a good competitor. Definitely a tough race.
Got to ask one thing too, curiosity on this track as opposed to last week's track, you know, more of a NASCAR style traditional track last week, is this was more traditional road racing. The Vet, that's not the new Vet, so we know the new Vet's really more of a handling style car. How does this car react on a track that looks more technical style here for you?
Good top end speed. It's a very quick acceleration. The cornering isn't really that way, but straight line speed is what really gets it going. Tried to handle it. Back end, luckily, didn't try to kick out on me, but straight line speed, not really a corner.
All right, there's your winner, man. Brett Hensley coming home tonight. Well, folks, man, what a heck of a race that was. Hope you enjoyed it. For myself and everyone here at the Top Hat Comics, y'all have a good night.